There is an island just 51 miles away from mainland South Korea that very few people in the West know about. It is a tropical, volcanic, natural paradise that is partly self-governed and is culturally distinct from the mainland. It's called Jeju Island, and given its stunning appearance and unique way of life, you would think that American and European tourists would be flocking there in droves. That's not the case. Back in 2023, Jeju Island received 13.34 million tourists, and of them, almost 95% were domestic, Koreans arriving from the mainland. Beyond that, the high majority of foreign tourism comes from China, Japan, and Southeast Asia. This year, I was one of just a small number of American tourists who would visit Jeju Island for myself. And hear me when I tell you that it might be one of the most interesting, unique, and beautiful places that I have ever visited on the entire planet. There are effectively two main cities on Jeju Island, Jeju City to the north and Seogwipo to the south. My hotel was in Jeju City itself, so with exactly zero knowledge in my head of where I was or what I was doing, and knowing about 3 words of Korean in total, I started to explore and try to understand what Jeju Island was all about. I followed the crowds until I eventually ended up in a place called Dongmun Market, which I learned is a popular spot for food and souvenirs, and it has both in spades. The first thing that I saw was orange, like the color orange, everywhere. Almost all of the souvenirs on Jeju are orange themed, and I came to learn that that's because mandarin oranges and tangerines make up a huge part of Jeju's economy. The color saturates the entire market, from clothing to food and beyond. I picked up a few souvenirs for myself because they were sort of impossible to resist. I mean, honestly, just please look at this. It's perfect and I love it. The first thing that I smelled was pork. Jeju black pork. The pigs on Jeju are special, black-haired pigs, and the pork there sort of has a distinct flavor. It's a little chewier and a little bit fattier, but it's all around super delicious. It is one of the iconic flavors of the island. I grabbed a special pork roll from one of the stands in the market known as Black Fork. I mean, it was pretty hard to ignore. They're basically cooking with flamethrowers back there. The roll itself is filled with cabbage and absolutely drenched in sauce. I love sauce. I also love cabbage and pork. I found a seat and absolutely went to town. It was delicious. Highly recommend. But I knew even as good as the food was and as cute as the souvenirs were, that's not the reason that people visit Jeju Island. People come to experience nature. The problem? Jeju Island is huge, and I don't like to drive. How am I going to get around to explore it? I did some research. What's the best way to explore Jeju Island without a car? Aside from renting a car, many websites will suggest using the local buses. And don't get me wrong, I am all for public transport. But this was just going to take too long, and I only had 2 days there. Finally, courtesy of a friendly Reddit user, I ended up booking a tour. It would only cover half of the island, but it would provide bus transportation throughout the entire day and allow me to see many of Jeju's key attractions. Maybe too many attractions. It was a super full day with a lot of stops. I won't walk you through them all because some of them felt pretty generic, like going to a beach or walking through a random forest. You can find those things in most places. But 4 of the stops were really special, and I think that they just might convince you to add Jeju Island to your bucket list. The first was Hallam Park, and let me tell you, by itself, this place would have been enough to spend the entire day. It features a large and beautiful bonsai garden for botanical enthusiasts, a traditional village with various different huts, and other representations of Korean life on Jeju Island for the historical and cultural buffs, beautiful waterfall landscaping, food, gift shops, and more. And all that stuff was amazing. But even with all of that, the primary reason for visiting Hallam Park is to see the lava caves. This one is called Sangyeong Cave, which means the Cave of Two Dragons. It was formed by a volcanic eruption and is one of the only places in the world where you can see a volcanic cave and a limestone cave come together. A truly unique experience that you're gonna wanna add to the list. I walked through the caves pretty slowly, just appreciating the fact that I'm one of the few Westerners who will choose to visit this place in their lifetime. It sort of blew my mind. But I think I walked too slowly because before I was anywhere near ready to leave, I was rushed back to the bus. We next made our way to the Osalak Green Tea Museum and Plantation. Something about being in Korea turned me into a lover of all things matcha, so I was very excited for this. Osalak is a huge green tea company. You will see their stores all over South Korea, and they are based out of Jeju Island. I ordered a frozen matcha latte, and it was honestly the perfect thing on a hot day. There's actually plenty to do here, including hand decorating your own environmentally friendly tote bag. I hope that you like mine. It's very colorful and artistic and abstract. If you do, I hope you'll tap like on this video. And if you don't, touche. The best part though was seeing the tea field itself. It's so green and picturesque, like people come to just do photo shoots here. From there, just before it started to really rain, we reached Songgak Mountain. Now, I'm not normally the biggest hiker in the world, but in the moments that I do hike, I really love it. This particular hike was something special. The grass was so green, just like a level of green I could hardly ever even remember seeing before. And this part is literally out of a fairy tale. There were wild horses roaming the fields. Or at least they could have been wild. Or not, I don't know, I actually have no idea. I reached the top of the mountain without even stopping to take a break. My tour guide could hardly believe it. I was very proud of myself, but that was not the best part. The best part was being greeted with this view. And then the rain started. Now by this point, we only had one big stop left, but it was coming down pretty hard. But in this one random and unexpected moment, the rain was actually a helpful and essential part of the experience. Why? Because we were on our way to see the Chonjaean Falls. And some of the falls only flow right after heavy rainfall specifically. We walked with our bright orange umbrellas toward the waterfall, nearly slipping every step of the way. It was hard to be mad though, because with the fog and the mist and without anyone else really in the area, it felt like something right out of a movie. I mean, it was stunning. Also, I really love this clip of me because there is a water droplet right over my face. It sort of makes me seem like I'm a ghost or something. Don't worry, I'm not. Unless nature is something else, and this whole day felt like a fast-paced fairy tale. But despite the fact that I was there with a large tour group, there were very few people from outside Asia. It felt sort of like an open secret, a place that is just inviting the world to come and visit, and yet the world keeps on turning its head the other way. The rain continued to come down through the rest of the evening, but I actually didn't mind. I popped into Jeju Pork Cutlet near my hotel and watched the rain pour outside. I ate a bowl of spicy pork bone ramen and drank some local soju. The whole thing felt very film noir. People ask me all the time, they say, don't you get lonely when you travel solo? And I mean, I travel solo a lot, so it's a fair question. The answer is, of course. Yes, of course I do. I sometimes try to romanticize it. I mean, it can be kind of beautiful to be alone. But in truth, I think I feel it the most when I'm having a really happy, fun, great time. Like, I had this fantastic experience on Jeju Island. And because of that, I almost feel guilty if I keep it to myself. Like, I feel like I need to share it with other people. And I'm pretty sure that's why I make YouTube videos. Or at least one of the reasons anyway. And you are a big part of that. By you being here, by you watching these videos, I feel like I'm getting to share these experiences with other people. And sometimes, once in a while, when the algorithm smiles down on me, you know, sometimes it ends up being quite a lot of people, which still blows my mind. Through this channel, I've gotten so many amazing and encouraging comments and emails and messages from people watching these videos, especially lately. It really feels in a way like I'm sharing these experiences with all of you. So I just wanted to take a second at the end of this video to thank you for that. You absolutely 100% make me feel like I'm not alone out there in the world. And I hope that maybe in some way for you, wherever you're watching from now on the globe, that maybe these videos make you feel like you have somebody on your side as well. Because you do. I'm rooting for you. You got this. So thank you for being here. If we haven't met, my name is Josh. I love you for watching. This is just the first video in a whole series of videos I'm making about my time in Korea. I've got videos about Seoul, Busan, and more on the way. If you enjoyed it, I hope that you will like and subscribe and hit the bell so that you don't miss those upcoming videos as well. And please watch this other video that YouTube really thinks that you're gonna enjoy. Just saying.